Go online at SheridanAuctionService.com for information on their upcoming auctions. The auction house is packed with all kinds of great items. Stay up to date by checking their website at SheridanAuctionService.com and sign up for email notifications. Also, Nelson House Funeral Homes. Number one goal is to serve the families in our community. The top priority is caring for our friends and neighbors, being right there when you need them the most. They're the best in the business. For more details, see them on the web at nelson-house.com. And the official sports bar of 3 Point Podcast, Rivals Taphouse and Grille. They're back open for dine-in service. They have a full menu and specialize in pub sandwiches. Come on out for the Thursday bike nights and also the first of the month party. I was out there the 1st of September, had some great grub and drink. Rivals Taphouse and Grille in Corunna. You know, it's also a great spot to watch NFL football. Lions are coming up next weekend. It officially starts Thursday night. How excited are you guys for the NFL and the Lions?
I'm super excited for the NFL. I'm not excited whatsoever for the Lions. I don't know why it seems like you guys talk yourselves into this damn team every single year. Nothing has changed since last year. Oh, we added DeAndre Swift. We added Adrian Peterson. It doesn't matter. The offensive line's horrible. Adrian Peterson. I loved how people have been tweeting about how this guy is such like a veteran presence in the locker room, how he's going to mentor, quote unquote, mentor DeAndre Swift and Kerryon Johnson. The guy, almost like the guy, do we forget that this is the same guy who like beat his kid up with a switch, like a piece of wood? Like, exactly. And it's not like, and I love how people act like his football IQ is like through the roof. No, he was good because no one could tackle him, not because he was like some amazing route runner, pass catcher, picking up blocks, knowing the playbook like inside and out, audibling out of plays, like changing pass protections. No, he just knew how to run the ball. So he's not going to help us at all in the running game. So we can just put that to bed right now. And just the team there's nothing different about this team from last year. They're not good. Are you guys honestly like excited about this year? I'm not.
I can honestly say that I'm starting to sip on the Honolulu blue Kool-Aid a little bit. And the only reason why, and maybe I'm being a little naive here, or it's not even naive because I've been watching the Lions my whole life. So maybe I don't know why I'm doing it. It's because all the reports coming out about how good Stafford looks. And I know that's where the season went downhill last year. I'm not saying they were going to win the Super Bowl, but once Stafford got hurt, I mean, he was putting up MVP numbers last year, and then he got hurt. If he can stay healthy, the division isn't that strong. I know Rodgers is there, so the Packers are always going to be solid. The Bears are starting Trubisky, and we know he's trash. Kirk Cousins, I think he is what he is, a solid QB. If Stafford can stay healthy with those running backs, that backfield is pretty legit. Like if you look at those names in the backfield, it's pretty good. It's all about Patricia too. Can Patricia finally put it all together? But the big thing is Stafford. If Stafford can stay healthy for 16 games, I like the chances.
There's no doubt we got to expect a breakout year from Stafford if he is healthy. That was the whole downfall of the team last year. They just completely fell apart. They didn't have a legitimate backup quarterback. I mean, you got to have somebody that's legit. They didn't. So they were totally ill prepared for what happened when Stafford went down. Adrian Peterson, I think he is a good addition. I mean, he'll be a good, goal line runner. That's about his role. He'll also help mentor the other two backs. I think they do have a pretty good running attack. Let's see what the offensive line can do. My whole thing is always the defense. Will the defensive backs play? That seems to be still a little bit of a weakness. And you're right. It doesn't matter. It's like the old Chicago Cub fans. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid till they prove me wrong. I think this team can win 9 or 10 games if they stay relatively healthy. And they could be right there at the top of the division.
Mm-hmm. Matt, you said the division is probably the worst it's been in 5-10 years. Probably Aaron Rodgers is on the decline. I mean, the Bears are a question mark every year. The Vikings, it's about time that they have a little bit of a drop off. But it's a hot seat year for Matt Patricia for sure. If they don't make the playoffs, he's out. And Matt Stafford, I'd say it's a hot seat year, I think, for a lot of Lions fans. And Matt Stafford, like if he doesn't do it this year, the year like you said, Matt, where it's like MVP buzz, pretty much out of nowhere. I don't know where that's coming from. But there's MVP buzz surrounding Stafford, where if he doesn't show out this year and probably win us a playoff game, I'm kind of out on the can Stafford win us a Super Bowl. So I know there's a lot of question marks in terms of like coaching and especially defense. I'm calling it now. This defense is going to be absolutely horrendous, like maybe in the 30s of NFL ranked defenses. I know they have Jeff Okudah, but other than that, who do they have? Gerard Davis. That's about it. They are a glaring weakness on the defensive side of the ball. All we talk about is the offense with the Lions. The offense has never been a problem. It's always the damn defense. It's always the defense.
I mean, you got to hope that, they've signed some guys. You hope that Trey Flowers actually has a decent season, and they drafted a couple other guys for the defense. And, yeah, Okudah is the big thing. I mean, he was their top pick. So they let Darius Slay go. If Okudah can come in, he's going to be a rookie. So it's not like he's going to step in and be a Pro Bowler from day one. But, I mean, we saw him at Ohio State quite a bit. The kid can play, so that's going to be a big thing. But the other biggest thing to me, too, is are all the other pieces on offense going to come together? Everyone wants them to pay Kenny Golladay a ton of money. I think he's a good receiver. I don't see him being like a Megatron type of receiver. Marvin Jones is good. And then the big thing is TJ Hawkinson. I hate that they took him top 10. How do you take a tight end top 10? I absolutely hated that pick. But same thing. All the things coming out of camp is this kid is put on weight. He's put on muscle. He can block. We saw him at Iowa. He's a great pass catching tight end. If you're drafting a tight end top 10, he better be Travis Kelce. He better be a tight end like that because, I mean, if you're going to draft him top 10, that's what he should be. So that's the other thing, too. If he takes that step year 2, I don't know. Jared, what you got behind you? You need some Honolulu blue Kool-Aid back there.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. As far as like all the news.
Got some. See, there we go. We got some.
As far as all the positive news coming out of training camp, Lions media is idiots. They don't know what a winning team looks like. They've only been around the Lions their whole life. It's like us. We don't know any better. We've never been to a Patriots training camp. So watching them, quote unquote, Hawkinson and Stafford are balling out. They don't know. But do you guys, like, what is a successful season in your book? Is it like playoff win or bust? That's how I'm at with the Lions. It's playoff win or bust every single year until we get over that hump.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, if they make the playoffs, that's a step in the right direction. But if you lose your first round, what's the whole point, right? At least you see them play a game. But I agree. You got to win a playoff game. And if they have, let's say Stafford has an MVP type of season, it's possible. The guy can throw the ball. He's the greatest quarterback Lions have ever had. If he has that type of season, if they outscore the opponents, just throw the ball all over the place, get a decent running attack, just outscore opponents, this team could be exciting. And if they can get on a little bit of a roll with 10 wins, even maybe 11, I'm being very optimistic, they could do some damage in the playoffs. You got to win a game.
You got to win a game because it'd be the same thing. It's like what we talk about with the Pistons. They're always hovering around that 7 or 8 spot in the playoffs. They never get a top draft pick. And then So that's where they're at all the time. So if the Lions do that, they make the wild card, they make the playoffs, and they lose in the first round, it's kind of like, okay, cool. So where are we at now? Whereas if you win a playoff game, you can maybe make some noise. So I'm excited about the backfield. When they signed Adrian Peterson, it was kind of like, oh, all right. I mean, cool, I guess, But the names, Bo Scarborough, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift, I mean, those were some dudes in the SEC. There's only one ball, though. You can only hand the ball off to one guy, so I don't know how they're going to do it. But I'm still Stafford's my guy. I'm sticking by Stafford, and he's got to win a playoff game at some point, though. He's got to win a.
What are you guys most excited about? Let's say that the Lions don't necessarily have they go 8-8 or something where it's just another mediocre season. For me, I can't wait to watch Jeff Okudah. There's something about a lockdown corner that is just must watch, especially if you guys remember against Michigan. He basically made Donovan Peoples-Jones pee his pants. He had 3 or 4 drops right in a row, right at the crucial point of the game. So at least I'll be able to watch that and actually root for him, instead of absolutely rooting against him like I did all last year. So that's him. Jeff Okudah is number 1 on my list.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rookie running back, personally. I mean, I just got excited watching Billy Sims play his first game ever for the Lions. If he wouldn't have got injured, man, he'd have been right there with Barry Sanders. So, we went from Sims to Sanders. This kid, if he lives up to everything I'm hearing about, could be really exciting to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, Jared started this off, the offensive line. I mean, there's still some question. There's been since Billy Sims was around, Ted, there's been questions with the Lions offensive line. But I mean, I'm just Stafford. If Matt Stafford is playing, that's to me must watch football for the Lions. Because like you said, Ted, he's the best quarterback the Lions have ever had, which I know isn't saying a whole lot.
Right.
But I mean, he's a legit quarterback. So if he's out there playing, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna dread through all 4 hours of that Lions game and likely be really upset at the end.
I will say this, another just kind of silver linings is usually the Lions, they offer a lot of like humor in there and how they lose. Like they mess up play the timeouts against the Chiefs or against the Minnesota Vikings a couple years ago. They gave up like 30 sacks in one game. Like it's kind of funny how they find different ways to kind of make us all look like the biggest idiots in the entire NFL. So that's another. And one last thing I got is just I'm looking forward to knowing we're going to know exactly who this team is in the first two games when we go against the Bears and the Packers. And we're going to know whether or not we need to tank the rest of the year or whether or not we need to actually pursue the playoffs. So that's another positive that we have to look forward to.
So you see what he's doing, Ted. He's setting it. The Lions are going to go 2-0, and Jared's going to be sipping on that Kool-Aid.
He'll be on it for sure.
That's the good thing. If they go 2-0, we all know that, hey, we got a legit shot at this division. But if they go 0-2, we know it's time to pack it up and prepare for Trevor Lawrence. That's what.
All right, 3 Point Podcast predictions. Since we haven't started play, it's going to be this weekend. I'll start it off. I think the Lions are going 10-6 in the regular season. They're going to win.
I'm sipping it. Last season, they didn't have a backup quarterback, and that's where it all fell apart. I don't want Stafford to get healthy. We do not want Stafford to get healthy. But they did actually sign a decent backup quarterback this year. So if the running backs are good, the defense is good, and, hopefully not but Stafford gets hurt, they actually have a quarterback who could step in and play. So I'm sitting at 10-6, but I'm going 11-5, and Stafford's going to be up in that MVP talk.
Super Bowl, baby.
You guys are not only sipping the Honolulu Kool-Aid, you guys are drunk.
He's got it too.
You guys are drunk. I don't know what you're talking about. Have fun with the high expectations, getting your hearts and dreams dashed yet again. So,
all right, there's our Lions talk, and let's hope that they do have a good season. By the way, I want to remind you, the CorunnaConnection.com knows it's great to be gold. Keep up to date on Cavalier Nation at CorunnaConnection.com. Also, our great partners at Advanced Elevator. They feature top expert field technicians for troubleshooting, repair, and installation of elevators, an area business leader, and a longtime huge supporter of the Corunna Public Schools, and brand new on board, Hankerd Sportswear. They're the area's go-to clothing and more printing business. They carry Owasso, Corunna, and St. Paul School spirit wear in stock and offer all other area items on request. T-shirts, sweatshirts, polo shirts, uniforms, varsity jackets, you name it. Any other apparel along with signs and banners for your upcoming events. Located in Owasso at 116 West Exchange Street. Stop by, call them at 989-725-2979 or give them a follow on Facebook at Hankerd.Sportwear.